As you guys know, Spirit Halloween recently released a hanging Jack Reaper prop. If they're not sold out, they are available right now on the website for $50, and you can get it within a couple of days. As you also know, if you've been watching this channel, I just recently built my very own custom flying Jack Reaper prop using a Jack Reaper costume bought from Spirit Halloween. Now, it just so happens that I built that prop and uploaded the video, and the exact same day that I uploaded the video, Spirit released the new hanging Jack Reaper prop. So there were several comments in the video saying I should have just used the new hanging Jack Reaper. It was mighty convenient that I build this and then they released the Jack Reaper. Guys, I didn't even know it was coming. I built my flying Jack Reaper because I wanted a flying Jack Reaper. But since Spirit released the hanging Jack Reaper, today we are going to be doing a little bit of comparing between the two. So I'm out on my back deck. I have the brand new hanging Jack Reaper prop from Spirit Halloween hanging right here on my gazebo. Just below him on the table, I have the flying Jack Reaper that I built myself, and you guys have seen the video of him up in the air flying. Looks like we need to turn his arms up a little bit. So first, if you guys have not seen the video of the flying Jack Reaper, I implore you to go watch it. As I said, I used a Jack Reaper costume to build this. I also used PVC pipe and a little bit of conduit. And when this guy is in full bloom, he is 10 feet off the ground, blowing in the wind, and looks absolutely creepy and spooky. So let's go ahead and just take a look at these two face to face and do a little bit of comparing here. Now, this is the hanging Jack Reaper from Spirit Halloween that they just released, and he looks absolutely awesome, guys. In my opinion, they got everything right with this prop. The hands, the face, the eye, the look on his face, even his hood and his outfit. Look how it hangs there, and it's sort of in a V down at the bottom. I think everything about this prop is perfect. Now, with that being said, let's take a closer look at the flying Jack Reaper. Now, remember, this was made out of a Jack Reaper costume that I bought from, well, I bought it from eBay, but it came from Spirit Halloween. If you watched the video when I built this, you know that I used the mask and the robe that came with the costume. But the hands came from another skeleton. The costume does come with gloves, but the gloves just didn't really look right sticking out of the costume. It looked better to have these hands up here because they're kind of posable, and you can kind of try to get them in the same position as the hands on this prop up here. Now, I am going to say right off the bat that if you're just comparing these and looking at them for what they are as they sit right here, this one definitely looks better. But this one is made to be a hanging prop. This one down here was made to be a costume. So naturally the costume is not going to look as good as the prop. The mask on the costume is like a foam and latex mask. You also have to deal with the fact that there's this little slit here and this little mesh over here, as well as in the nose, so that whoever's wearing it can see and breathe. On the prop, you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff because it's a prop. It's not made to be worn as a mask. The robe on this one is costume material, so it's not the same as on the prop. This is actually made to be worn. The robe on the prop is absolutely awesome. It's black underneath, kind of like the costume, but then we have this mesh material over top that really finishes it off good. Now, if you look at the bottom of his robe, you can see where it is shredded so that it'll kind of fly in the wind better. And so I did the exact same thing with the costume. I just went and kind of cut strips so that there would be more of the costume to fly in the wind. So just looking at the two, they are very similar, but this one up here, the hanging Jack Reaper, directly from Spirit Halloween, made to be a prop, is definitely the better looking one out of the two of these. When it comes down to what they do, this one hangs there, blows in the wind a little bit. This one flies. So you can see when the wind is blowing, his robe is blowing a little bit. He's just kind of rocking back and forth, just kind of hanging there. He is a hanging Jack Reaper prop. But this one, built to be up on top of a 10-foot pole in the blowing wind. So when it comes down to which one looks better in action, that one is the winner. Price-wise, the costume is about $45. The hanging prop is $50. The costume turned into a prop is about $70. The hanging Jack Reaper, you don't do anything with him except hang him up, so he remains $50. Now, even though one of them is better in one way and the other is better in the other way, you could actually combine these if you wanted to. When I made the decision to build a flying Jack Reaper, the costume was the only option I had. But had I had the option of buying the hanging Jack Reaper prop, I would have definitely chose to use that over the costume. Now, one thing I could do to make the flying Jack Reaper even better is I could just go to Joann Fabrics and I could get some of this meshy material and I could drape it over top just like on the hanging one. But in my opinion, the very best thing that you could do to make the very best flying Jack Reaper prop would be to take the hanging Jack Reaper prop and modify him slightly, build him a little contraption inside with the PVC pipe, cut a little hole right here on this prop so that you could run the 10-foot pole from the ground up there and stuck into his neck. And that way, he would fly just like this one. Now, if you guys want me to go ahead and do that, I can take the hanging Jack Reaper and I can modify it and I can turn him into him. I can make him a flying Jack Reaper prop, and you can see for yourself exactly how it would look. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see me do that, and I will take this hanging Jack Reaper prop right here and I will turn it into a flying Jack Reaper prop just like this one.